In the time it takes to watch this video, America will throw away more garbage than the Empire State Building weighs. Not this year, not this month, right now. Every single day, the United States dumps over 800,000 tons of trash. That's more than 2 entire Empire State Buildings stacked from your kitchen bin. And almost none of it ends up where you think it does. Let's start with you. Today, just today, the average American will throw away about 5 pounds of garbage. A coffee cup, a takeout box, a broken charger, an empty bottle. It doesn't feel like much. You barely notice it leave your hand. But you are not alone. Over 330 million people are doing the exact same thing at the exact same time, all across the country. And when you add up all of those tiny, forgettable handfuls, something almost impossible to picture starts to take shape. In 1 year, the United States produces 292 million tons of household trash. Sit with that for a second, because it's slippery. And yet, America isn't even the worst on Earth. That title belongs to China, which generates over 400 million tons a year, the single largest mountain of garbage on the planet. 2 countries, 2 impossible numbers. So let's make them real. The Empire State Building, all 102 floors of steel, stone, and 10 million bricks, weighs about 365,000 tons. The United States throws away enough trash to rebuild that entire skyscraper out of garbage 800 times every year. That's more than 2 Empire State Buildings of waste every single day. China? Closer to 3. Side by side, these 2 nations bury 5 Empire State Buildings of garbage before you finish breakfast tomorrow. The next day, 5 more. The day after that, 5 more. Still too abstract? The largest stadium in America, AT&T Stadium in Texas, holds 104 million cubic feet of open space, big enough to drop a second arena inside it. Loosely piled, 1 day of American trash would more than fill it to the roof. 1 single day, and China makes enough to fill nearly 2 of those stadiums every morning on repeat. Now let's put it on the road. Load 1 year of American trash into garbage trucks and line them up bumper to bumper, and that route wouldn't cross the country once or twice. It would wrap all the way around the entire planet, about 7 times. Do the same with China's trash and you get 10 laps around the Earth, every year, in garbage trucks, from just 2 countries. By now you might be thinking, okay, but we recycle. Here's the part nobody prints on the blue bin. Of all that American trash, only about 32% is ever recycled or composted. For every single pound the country actually recycles, more than 2 get buried in the ground. And it's getting worse. America recycles a smaller share of its trash today than it did more than a decade ago. So where does the rest go? Mostly into the ground. About half of everything America throws away, 146 million tons a year, gets dumped into landfills. And trash doesn't disappear when you bury it. It rots. And as it rots, it breathes out methane, a greenhouse gas far more powerful than carbon dioxide. America's landfills are now the 3rd largest human-made source of methane in the entire country. Then there's the trash that never rots at all. The plastic cup you used for 20 minutes this morning will outlive you. It'll outlive your kids. Some of it will still be in the ground, almost unchanged in the year 2500. We build 5-century monuments out of things we touch for 5 seconds. And a lot of it never even reaches the landfill. It blows off trucks, slips down storm drains, and rides the rivers out to sea, which is how a wrapper from a kitchen in Ohio ends up floating in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But here's the twist that flips the whole story. China makes more trash than any nation alive, because China has over 1 billion people. America, with barely 1/4 of that population, makes nearly as much. Spread it out, person by person, and the average American throws away about twice as much as the average person in China. We are not the biggest pile on Earth. We are the heaviest hands on Earth. So go back to where we started, to you, to that 1 small 5-pound handful of garbage you'll throw out today and never think about again. On its own, it really is nothing. But multiply it by 330 million people, by 365 days, and that nothing becomes almost a full ton of trash. For every American, every single year. A ton. Per person. 1 forgotten coffee cup at a time. The Empire State Building took more than a year to raise, and people still fly across the world just to stand and look at it. America and China built 5 of them out of garbage before lunch, and nobody comes to see those at all. That's the strange thing about enormous numbers. They're made of tiny things, so small you don't even feel them leave your hand. If a single day of trash just broke your brain, wait until you see how much food the entire planet wastes, or how much water you'll drink in a lifetime. Subscribe to WOW, and let's keep making the invisible impossible to ignore.